Hey everyone, Presale here, your second favorite Uniswap ape. So in today's video, we're going to be covering another Bscpad project that's coming up, and that is Oction. And as you can see here, this is the pre-sale info, allocation round April 9th, first come first serve, April 9th, obviously if it doesn't sell out. Then it lists on PancakeSwap on Friday the 9th at 4 p.m. UTC. And also to note, public sale is vesting. We'll go a bit more in detail in the tokenomics a bit later. But that seems to be the norm these days with the Bscpad sales. 8pay had that as well. And as you know, 8pay performed very pro. I think it deserved the best pro rating it got. It did around 50x and then it went down a bit. There was some FUD around it. I think it was a bit baseless FUD in my opinion. But I mean, the price is still sitting at around 15x. But if you did the Bscpad sale, you could sell around 50x quite easily. So that was a very, very pro one. And I think Oction will also be super pro. Let's have a look at their Telegram. 4,000 members, building up hype nicely as it gets closer to the pre-sale date, or public sale rather. So let's have a look now at their website and see what it's all about. So Oction is the world's first CDeFi, so centralized, decentralized finance, I presume, options trading platform built on the Binance Smart Chain. And as I say, you can trade options through CDeFi with no middlemen, no centralized organization, lower fees, more option types, and zero data or market manipulation. And Oction allows for options trading through a democratic framework on the blockchain, specifically the Binance Smart Chain. So, I mean, already it sounds quite interesting. If we have a look at their team and advisors, it's quite pro. I must say they got Huobi Global here. It makes you ask the question if they're going to be listed on Huobi. I mean, Huobi isn't the most hyped exchange. Obviously, Binance, FTX at the moment are the powerhouses, but it's still pro. So if it gets listed there, you can pump it quite nicely. And there's some other big names here, which are very impressive. So in terms of the use cases of Oction, so let's start with the most important, which is obviously if you hold the token. So the Oction token holders. So if you hold the token, you earn a percentage of the premiums paid for each options contract. Then you get priority withdrawal for liquidity pool contributors. And as they say, guaranteed and priority withdrawals. Then you receive discounts on premiums paid for options contracts, access to insurance vault to help mitigate positional risks, and empowered with voting rights for potential changes to the ecosystem, the usual DAO governance. So in terms of the buyers, it says you can buy Binance Coin call or put options. You're going to be able to decide between American and EU options. There's different regulations between those two. Then as they say, through CDeFi, no matching of buyers and sellers are required, as liquidity pools provide liquidity to take on purchased option contracts. Then options on BTC, ETH, and other assets will be added in the future. So that's also promising for the roadmap. Then for the sellers, as they say, the writers, Oction liquidity pool will undertake all options purchased, and liquidity pool contributors would therefore represent the writers and earn from all the premiums paid for each options contract. So some benefits of using Oction, they say there's going to be low gas fees, which obviously, if it's on the Binance Smart Chain, the gas fees are tiny compared to Ethereum, which at the moment are just a bit insane. And I actually don't know how it's sustained itself for so long, to be honest. Then zero time decay, instant liquidity, so no market maker is required to provide the liquidity. Low transaction fees, I guess, that's the same transaction fees as in the actual fee that brokers would charge for the transactions. And then decentralization, of course, which, it's the whole point, of crypto. So next up, there's an example of their interface, which looks quite pro and very straightforward to use. So I think it could have a very good use case and people actually, using it, which is the whole point. You can see the public, of course, the team is in the roadmap, which we'll get to shortly. But first, we're going to go over the tokenomics. So in terms of their token allocation, you can see how it's split between liquidity mining, public sale, private team, advisors, marketing, and so on. Their ticker will be OCT on the BP20, so Binance Smart Chain. And there's 100 million total tokens. So for their private sale, they're not saying the price is it, but they raised 1.48 million total, and 20% for private sale is unlocked on exchange listing, which obviously is a small amount, only 8% per month thereafter. Public sale is 50% on listing, 25% per month thereafter. Team, no tokens for 6 months, and advisors, same thing. Marketing, only 10% on listing, 5% per month thereafter. Then everything else, as they say, reserved for partnerships, reserved for liquidity mining programs. So considering all of that, the initial market cap is around $561,000, which is of course very small. And if you consider the recent ones and how they performed and their market cap, I think Oction will perform super pro. I mean, there's no reason it wouldn't. Then next up, team and advisors. Public team, of course, that's always important. I mean, there's no LinkedIn here, but take the word for it that they public team. So that's always very important and pro. And I know that Bscpad, do a lot of due diligence on the teams that, the projects they list. So you can trust that as well. Then they've also got a really in-depth roadmap, which is always very good to see. As you can see, first exchange listing, that'll be now that Q2 just started. And they've got a lot coming up in Q3, as they say. In Q3, they expect to be listed on a top 10 exchange. Curious to see which one that will be. But overall, that looks very good. So now let's go into more detail on the Bscpad sale. So there's going to be 4 million tokens for sale on the Bscpad sale, which is 440,000 tokens. As they say, circulating supply 561,000 USD. So actually a majority of the tokens are for sale in the public sale, which is always really nice to give the community, the benefit. And I do believe Bscpad is really doing that with their recent sales. A big chunk of the tokens are for sale on Bscpad as opposed to the private sales, which is of course very pro. So the token price will be 11 cents on Bscpad. As you know, they did not disclose yet what the private sale price is, but knowing Bscpad, everything's always been very fair, and they always it's always priced in order to pump. I mean, that's what we'll want in the end, and I'm pretty sure this one will pump. I'm sure this one will perform similar to 8pay, maybe even a bit better, just because 8pay had that FUD and Oction doesn't. So overall, I really do like Oction. Very low initial market cap, Bscpad hype, no reason not to do it. Definitely try if you're holding Bscpad, but this one gets a backup pro, just like 8pay. So I think it should perform similar. So let's see on Tinder if they think Oction is backup pro as well. So as you can see for this video, I'm swiping in Armenia in the capital Yerevan. I think that's how you pronounce it at least. So let's see what they have to say about Oction here. And let me warn you, it gets a little weird. So first up, Thais, I said, should I invest in a crypto project called Oction? She said, you really think you're that smart, don't you? Squid Oction ass. So I was like, damn, I was just looking for financial advice. And then she said, you're being watched. And then I'll tell you a bit later why this gets relevant. But I said, your friend wants a threesome. And she said, a threesome with my roommate and a pizza. And I said, okay, just give me that financial advice now. Should I invest in Oction? And she says, no. So next up is why it's relevant. Annie, I said, choose one. Octopus, squid, or jellyfish. And then she said the same thing the previous girl said. Yes, you really think you're that smart, don't you? Squid, Oction ass. So I presume they're roommates or something, but so weird. So I said, WTF, is everyone in Armenia related? Then she said, also, you're being watched. And I said, damn, bots copying my trades. And then she also said, a threesome with my roommate and a pizza. Then it gets a bit more weird. Hey, I said, do you like octopus? She says, to eat. I said, no, to invest in. Then she said, well, no. Then she says, did you invest in the crypto project called Oction or not yet? So I said, yes, contrary to your suggestion. Also, is everyone in Armenia a roommate? Also the previous two people, obviously she was in discussion with them or something. But either way, that's freaky. Then Greta said, choose a number between 0 and 300. This will be how much Oction goes up in value. And she said 253. So I said, pump it, bro. Ximena asked the same question and she said 257. So 4x higher than Greta. So that's pro. So I said, that's huge, pump it. Astrid, I said, same question. She said, let's see what's Oction firstly. So smart question. I said, world's first CFI, DeFi, options trading platform built on Binance Smart Chain Pro. She said 300 straight away. She's bullish. She said she can't see a reason of the opposite and to keep her posted. And what if it actually becomes 300? Does she get anything? I said, I'll buy her a Gucci bag. Screenshot this. And then she said Ferrari would be better, but people are stingy nowadays. I don't think she realizes, you know, you can't invest big into these coins. And I said, greed killed the cat, ma'am. She said, let's see, maybe it's not dead yet. If I get the bag at least. I said, let me get my bag first, and then we can chat. Sue, choose a number, 108. And she said 3. I said, octopus have 8 arms though. And she said, what's 1 for? I said, a human. Then she said, wow, didn't know humans have 1 arm. I said, bro, hey, thanks for your financial advice. I'll invest in Oction now. And then she said, this conversation doesn't make sense. Bye. So I said, thanks, I got all I needed anyways. Even though she didn't really give me financial advice, but anyways. And I said, do you like octopus? She said, I ate it once and loved it. What about you? I said, love it, especially Oction. Then Yeva, choose one, octopus, squid, or jellyfish. And she said, jellyfish. I said, that's bearish. She said, what would I choose? I said, octopus, obviously. She said, why? I said, Oction. And then she said, no idea what you're talking about. So I linked Oction.io. Hopefully she checks it out and gets in somehow. Yes, I said, choose one, octopus, squid, or jellyfish. She said, jellyfish. She said, what would you choose? I said, octopus, 100%. And you know why I chose octopus. But that wraps up my video on Oction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As usual, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Join the Telegram group, always pro discussion over there. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.